Hey folks, Pirate here. Welcome back to Let's Play 80 Days. This is episode 4, I believe, which means I am probably travelling back from Rome as you watch this. Assuming you watched it when I upload it, which is very unlikely, statistically. But just let me have this, okay? Let me have this. I realise if I zoom out with the mouse wheel, scroll out rather, it just takes us to the global map, which is fine. And look what else we can see. I think this is other people. This is other players of the game showing me their progress, sort of relative to myself at this point in time, which is awesome. Someone's gone all the way up to Copenhagen. I think that's Copenhagen. Yeah. Someone is in Warsaw. They're doing very well. I'm in Dubrovnik. So someone is already on their way to Sofia. Someone is already in Athens with three people are already in Athens. So they've done very well. Good job them. But, we're not doing terribly. We're not way behind the 8 ball, as it were. We're sort of somewhere in the middle of the pack, I would say. And when we get to Thessaloniki, we already have a route to Istanbul or potentially Izmir. If we can get from Izmir to Suez, then we've just got a straight shot on the steamer to Bombay, which is going to really take us forwards, I think. So maybe that's going to be our route. We're going to go Thessaloniki, Izmir, Suez. If we can't find a route from Izmir to Suez, we'll have to go up to Istanbul, and then to Novorossiysk or Tsaritsyn. Oh, there they are. They're on the Caspian Sea. I see. Maybe Odessa. If we have to, we could go Bucharest, Moscow, and then take the Trans-Siberian Railway, which, as you know, as I stated in episode 1 or 2, I would really like to do that in real life, because that would get us all the way to Vladivostok. We don't have to worry about anything, really. We just take the train all the way to Vladivostok, then across to, Yokohama, presumably, or even straight on, and then we can skip across the Pacific to the US or Canada, and then we're on the home stretch. We're making progress. We are making progress. This is, I'm planning quite far ahead here, but this is fine. I don't really want to go sort of Baghdad, Manama, Riyadh, whatever. This is... we've got these routes only because we have that travel planner in our suitcase at the moment. It might be a good way of getting to Bombay, but we'll just have to figure out what is available when we get to Thessaloniki. Okay, that great New Testament biblical church, I think. Yeah, the Thessalonians, that's one of the letters. Yeah, anyway, so... zooming out does this, and then you can just click on your thing to go back to the journey. So that's great. The first day, we drifted slowly across the Adriatic. I went down into the engine room to meet the crew and learn a little more about the workings of the coal gas Al-Safa engines. I was told they're very safe, or I was impressed by their sheer power. It seemed here was a resource with much to offer, even if it was harder to trap and store than ordinary coal. Oh, it's coal gas, I see. I returned to my master and shared my experiences. He appeared relatively pleased. Not that it affected our relationship at all, jerk. Let's just check the overview. Still on 3 cities, Travelled a little over 1,000 miles, by train mostly, and a bit by sea. And by land, come on. We are presentable, having been shoved back to the back of the line, and we are passionate, clearly. Our valeting is sound, so that's good. And we have comfortable relations with Fogg. We're not doing terribly. But we are, sort of in Western Europe. Converse quickly. Haha. What is your wish, master? Why, my dear Passepartout. Let us inquire into your health. How are you feeling, monsieur? I am in roaring health, but we must make haste. Regarding the journey, how is our progress, monsieur? Day 6, I believe. Kind of. Early days. Very good, monsieur. I don't think that did anything for our relationship, but never mind. We drifted so slowly across the mountains of Greece, it was possible to imagine ourselves to be among the gods themselves. Mr Fogg, I supposed, would be the god of patience. Thus the view was remarkable. My attention wandered, and I spent the interminable hours in conversation, or watching the scenery go by. Is there anything I can learn? Trying to gather information for our next leg, and I picked up from a charming Baghdadi master that Bedouins made regular fantastical journeys into the deep deserts around Hail. As evening drew in, we settled slowly down to land. Our relations with Fogg have strengthened. That's what I like to hear. New routes discovered. Hail with the Bedouins, winding across the desert to Rub al-Khali. Well, that's probably interesting, but almost certainly not an efficient route, so I will be avoiding that, I think. Some of our possessions could be sold handsomely here. Agreed. A hammer, I believe, would be top of that list. No, not a... Oh, yeah, the... Ah, the leather braces. Yeah, yes, valuable here. It's only 170 quid. God, it wasn't even worth it, was it? Never mind. Never mind. The hammer, valuable in Athens, Antalya, and Saracen. So maybe we'll keep hold of that if we go sort of via the Caspian Sea. Yes. Anyway, we'll see what the markets have available. Let us quickly plan our journey. I'm interested about... Oh, departs before 7 PM. So that would go tomorrow evening. Arriving the same day. The Aegean ferry departs with me before 7 PM. We can only take 2 bags though. Bucharest we can take 3, but that's stupid. Is there? I don't think there is a direct route to Istanbul. It'll be a rotten night if you don't find a hotel soon. Passepartout. Oh yes, quite. Let's get back in and grab a hotel. We'll pass the night here. Yes. Sorry, Master Fogg. I'm so sorry, Monsieur. The people of this city are crazy. They go out in the evenings to tear down what remains of their city wall. I've never seen such a thing. Granted, it's not as though the walls keep anything out. They encircle barely half the city and are easily scalable due to the quantity of rubble piled up this side and that. I stopped a young woman and asked what they were doing, but she only laughed in my face. You may not know our city now, she replied, not in the least bit answering my question, but soon we will encompass the entirety of northern Greece. A mighty prize, I agreed in earnest. And she nodded wildly before raising the sledgehammer she had brought along for the occasion. She set about the ancient walls once more, and I stayed nearby and helped out. Why not? But though I got into the spirit of the action, I must be honest, I did not enjoy it. I'm a gentleman's gentleman, and my handiwork is delicate. Okay, it's now the AM. The market opens in 20 minutes. That can tick down. Although we may as well explore now. Learn of any other routes. Yes! Yes, we can get straight to Istanbul. That's exactly what we want. Learning ways in which we might travel onward. That's going to save us some time, baby. Canadian trading towns. No. Egyptian cigars. I'm interested in salt. Yes! Cigars. That would be useful. Part of the open road set. It's... How much are they? Like 11 quid? Yeah, why not? We've got so many bags here, though. Oh! Can we sell anything? Hammer... Not valuable here. Leather braces. Valuable here. There you go. Have that. We don't need 2 hammers. That's ridiculous. So we can stick that. Now we've got 3 bags. The tartan blankets. Not valuable here. Okay. If we were to depart for Istanbul directly, it arrives tomorrow. We can take 5 bags. We cannot travel this way today, so we've got the rest of the day. That's fine. Yeah. Arrives tomorrow. Arrives today. That would be slightly quicker, but we would probably then want to go on to Antalya or Istanbul anyway, unless we went down to Suez. But then there's bags. We would lose bags. No, screw it. We're going to Istanbul. That's where we're going. Okay? Because we can have all the bags in the world. So, let us go back to Thessaloniki. Go to the market again. That's kind of worthless. I'd say the Desert Driver's timetable is worthless to us as well, now that we're going via Istanbul. So I'll ditch that. May as well pick up that. I mean, if we end up holding on to that all the way to Canada, I'll be astonished. Gastown, all the way on the west coast, through Calgary and Regina, through Winnipeg, onwards to Ottawa, and finally to New York. Oh, that's a useful route. Okay. We cannot depart today. So we may as well stay another day. Which is sad, there's nothing to do. But, very well, so it is. Can I speak to you? No, fine. We're perfectly content anyway, so we may as well stay the night. It's a waste of time, it's a massive waste of time. I'm not happy about that, but so it goes. As night fell, I washed and hung our linen, or I spent a few hours... Yes, we need to improve our relations. to ensure everything was in place for our upcoming departure. Oh, I think maybe we are, you know, as presentable as we're ever going to be, and that's what that achieved, was our presentability, our countenance, our constitution, our character. I think that's what it refers to in the game. Character, presentable, there we are. So we're presentable, that's fine. We're not manicured though. We're passionate and sound valeting. Valeting. I'm very content with that. So let us depart for Istanbul. Choo-choo! That's not bad. Travelling cloak helps us again in these uncomfortable conditions. The Istanbul Express. Oh, this is exciting. We boarded the train promptly, despite a crazed man who blocked our path. He was trying to tell me something. Or I moved him gently aside. What was he trying to tell me? And I paused to listen. "The artificers!" he hissed. "They aren't content just to make. Believe me, they long to destroy." I asked how he could be certain. Or I prescribed a cup of tea and some rest. Yes. And he nodded vigorously. "But they won't stop telling me their plans," he murmured. "They want to talk all the time." We nodded farewell to the crazy man, the poor, poor crazy man, and stepped onto the train. Oh dear. Let us converse with... Greetings, Madame Apostoles. Passepartout, my dear. Tell us about Istanbul. Istanbul is the only city in the world to straddle 2 continents. Perhaps so. Might we go on from there to... sugar? I don't know where. We've got Odessa, we've got Russia that I can't pronounce. I don't know where Antalya is. I think that's still Greece. Definitely don't want to go down to Athens. So let's say Sofia. Is it possible to travel from Istanbul to Sofia? That seems quite impossible to me. Very well. What about Mount Elbrus? I have no idea where that is either. Is it possible to travel from Istanbul to Mount Elbrus? Please, monsieur, I must go, but I hope we will talk again. Oh, fine. You're no help. Maybe we can find out more. Novorossiysk, Odessa. Either's good. The coastal train from Thessaloniki to Istanbul appeared to be determined to go the long way round, as if the builders had preferred to stay in sight of the sea at all times for the good of their health. Oh well. It was a fair distance, but it was still terribly slow, or I enjoyed the fresh air myself, of course. Yes, why not? With the sun shining, the Aegean was quite beautiful, and I could have been happy lazing by the shore if it wouldn't offer Mr Fogg's insistence on constant departure or the importance of speed in our mission. This is the way into Mr Fogg's heart, I'm quite sure. On board, I fell in with a middle-aged Greek couple who were going to Istanbul to meet their daughter. Let me just check the route first before we move on. I feel if we can get to Tsaritsyn and then maybe on from there to Yekaterinburg or even Moscow, Odessa to Moscow might be shorter, then we would be well set to take the Trans-Siberian Railway. Do you know what? We're doing quite well in terms of time. It seems everyone else has been held up as well. These 3 jokers are still stuck in Izmir. Someone's all but sucked into the Volga. I don't know what that means. Someone is down in Cairo already. Someone departed from Omsk. Oh, that's day 25. Okay. Anything else? Any more word? No? We're good? Okay. I need to sort of figure out where these cities are so that I don't completely lose my way. If we're going to follow the book, we are going to eventually have to get down to India in order to save a young lady from certain death, I believe, who will become our companion for the rest of the journey. But time and speed, time and motion, time waits for no man, and I would like to cross... Oh my god, someone's gone to the North Pole! The North Pole! You can go to the North Pole! Can you go to the South Pole? No, you can't. But holy crap! The North Pole! I bet there's Salvador, Rio de Janeiro, Santiago, Machu Picchu? It's hardly on the route, is it? But awesome. Acapulco. Man. Man, oh man. Ivujevik. Oh. Someday I will replay this and we will go to the North Pole. That's so cool! Okay, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. We are as yet in Istanbul, and we need to get to Odessa, Novorossiysk. Why can't I say that? Novorossiysk. Mount Elbrus, we asked about, but she couldn't tell us. That's not a terrible route, but it's not great. Or Tsaritsin. Okay, back to the conversation. I fell in with a middle-aged Greek couple who were going to Istanbul to meet their daughter. Istanbul's Constantinople's, Istanbul's Constantinople. I asked them about the city or about their journeys through the Middle East. I don't care about the Middle East. We're not going down there. Let us ask about the city. And they were both quiet and ashen-faced. Oh, heck. There seem to be riots, the father said, and the mother nodded. Lots of students are involved. Your daughter is a student, I hazarded. Not in Istanbul, you understand, the mother put in. She studies at the library in Alexandria. She's going to be an artificer, but ideas spread like oil, don't they? Only good ideas? The library? I don't know about this. Pah! The mother replied. Stupid ideas are much more sticky. They get under people's skin, and you can't shake them. I'm sure your daughter will be safe. I hope so, the mother sniffed. I believe she's a sensible girl, but who knows for certain with children? The father patted her hand sympathetically. The train pulled up at Sirkeci terminal, and I waved the couple off as we disembarked. Relations with Fogg have strengthened slightly, for we are gentlemen. And so it should be. Pull into Istanbul. Health has dropped barely. Tartan blanket would settle efficiently. Oh, you're damn right it would. Tartan blanket. Oh, for God's sake, 140. Is that what I was really crowing about? Fine. The Railwayman set. And the Dusty Road set. Of interest to suspicious, prim, and excitable types. Yes, we'll have them. The Railwayman. Probably good. If we're going to be taking the Trans-Siberian, I want to be a Railwayman. Don't care about the Southern Hemisphere. Might as well grab the driving goggles. Everything else is largely without value here, I think. So we've got half the Air Traveller set, and half the Railwayman set, and half the Gentleman Traveller set. All of which... Oh, and half the Valeting set as well. And half the Open Road set, and half the Dusty Road set. Okay, so we've got half of everything, which is basically going to keep us largely okay for now. But we really need to... we need to plan, and I can't plan, which means we need to explore. There's nowhere for us to go except Istanbul. We're in Istanbul. There's nowhere for us to go yet. So really, we need to spend the night, hopefully chat to some people about what's what. Agreed? Agreed. Let's do that. We'll pass the night here. Agreed, Mr Fogg. I woke this morning in the silks of an Ottoman harem girl. What? Worse yet, I was in the forbidden women's apartments of Topkapi Palace. Passepartout, you absolute dog. What are you playing at? I had no memory of the previous night, or it came back to me all too clearly. A shuttered, noisy Armenian tavern, many cups of raki, the unexpectedly potent local liqueur. It is rather potent. Liquor, sorry, not liqueur. A smiling Greek merchant telling me of the incomparable mosaics of the harem of Topkapi, the forbidden harem of Topkapi, home of the wives and coal-eyed concubines of the Sultan. But men are forbidden in the harem, he warned, on pain of death. He lured me into a wager. I took his words as a challenge. I shall enter the harem, I shouted. I'm given to making rash declarations when in my cups, a trait assuredly inherited from my maman's side. Oh, mother dear. I bartered for a costume, reasoning that I could disguise myself as a repairwoman, or it would make me less noticeable. Yes. And stride right through the front doors of the palace. I claimed I had been summoned to see a faulty steam valve in one of the harem's many ornate luxurious baths, or a faulty water boiler used for serving tea. Baths. And was let in with minimal fuss. It seems that even sultans and their wives are servants to the vagaries of plumbing. Aren't we all, Passepartout? I was unable to escape the same way, however. A lady blocked my path, demanding my costume in return for hers. I did exactly as she told me to. Soon she was the repairwoman, while I was a lady the guards did not recognize or care about, and together we walked out through the front door. My new friend thanked me, as I thanked her. Then she disappeared into the streets. Okay, so we woke up literally in the silks of a harem woman, not metaphorically, but literally wearing her clothes. Unless my new friend thanked me as I thanked her is a metaphor. Meg, scriptwriter Meg, I forget your surname, I'm sorry. That was deftly done. Applause. Bravo. Very well done. It's so ambiguous. I love it. I found Mr Fogg reading a newspaper. Did he even cock a brow, I wonder? Back at our lodgings, he looked up and blushed a most violent shade of red as he took in my attire. Setting his cup down with uncharacteristic force. I gave my master a much abbreviated account of my adventures, but I do not think he really understood. Still, I stammered through my words before we settled in to consider the next course of our journey. Do you know, as a gentleman, I probably should have just kept stum. That was maybe not the right choice. Never mind. And with that momentary folly of vehemence, we shall call it a day, I think. We've done very well. We've done very well. We are on day 10, 1/8 of the way through our journey, and we have travelled 2,000 miles already. Still, we have only just crossed Europe, and from here we must find a way into Russia, and thence across the great barren Siberian wastes, and then the great Pacific wastes, and then the great Canadian wastes. So, you know, time is wasting. We must find our way onwards. And we shall do so next time. I will see you then, folks. Bye!